This is episode 25
25. Holy shit, that's a quarter of 100.
of the Tech Yeah Games podcast. I'm Tony. This is my co-host and my handsome friend Leo.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. And we're here to talk about some games today.
Yeah, there's actually a lot to talk about.
Yeah. First, I want to do some housekeeping I should usually do in front, but I never do. If you want to reach out to us, you want to talk to us, techyeahpodcast.com. You can find all of our info, our Discord, our Twitter, email, all that great stuff there. Also, we're going to be doing a different after show today. If you like our YouTube videos, we're going to start a series where we watch game movies and do a little kind of review / kind of our thoughts, a little segment on it. And today's movie was, you want to tell them what it is?
I do.
All right, you tell them.
So we made a little special choice of a movie called Warcraft.
Yeah.
A Blizzard franchise you may have heard of. This one was fun because it was a little more recent.
And it was
So,
oh man.
Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. We were talking a little bit about it before here, so it should actually be really fun.
We got some thoughts. So if you want to hear those thoughts, definitely check out the YouTube channel or techyeahpodcast.com. This show will be on Friday, which is tomorrow. We're recording Thursday night. I will have the video up. I'll put it up on Saturday. I will make sure I edit it on Saturday.
Nice.
I can't edit it tonight.
You're only one man.
I'm only one man. I can only go so far. But before we go any further,
Yeah.
I got to ask you, Leo.
What's up?
What have you been playing this week?
Oh. Well, actually, I wasn't expecting this. Ooh.
I think you were, actually.
I actually had a huge, or I don't know. I played a bunch of games.
It was huge.
It was huge. It really was. I was going to say I had a huge video game week, which sounds bizarre, but that's actually kind of what happened. I'm sure this has happened to you where you just, maybe you don't play for a while. You're just doing other stuff like watching anime or whatever. And then this week I had a little bit of free time over the weekend and I just played a shitload of games.
You just gamed hard.
I did. And I played a lot. I played a little bit of a lot of different games. Mm-hmm. I played Splinter Cell Blacklist for a while. That was interesting. I was like, I haven't played Splinter Cell. I think it's the most recent one.
This is some random games on your list.
I was just basically going through Steam and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I played a game called A Way Out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a co-op game. It was very interesting. We played through the whole thing. It's very bad.
It's really bad. It's
a bad game. There is penis, yeah. Mm-hmm. And what's funny is it's an interesting game. It's very polished visually.
Yeah.
It looks great. Like the direction is really interesting and well done. But the writing is absolutely awful.
I feel like there's 2 hours there in the beginning of that game.
Did you play it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
cool.
I played quite a bit of it. I didn't play through the whole thing.
So you play the part where they're in prison.
Yeah. I played until you get out of prison.
Okay, yeah. So that's a couple hours. That's like the first third.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that where you're just like, oh, this is going to get going.
Yeah. It's also the first third is the best part.
Yeah, and I just feel like from what I saw, what I played, at least in that portion, it never paid off.
Nope.
I got the part when you are climbing up that tunnel in unison.
Yeah.
To get
where you're back to back.
Yeah, that was the moment where I was like, this game's never going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally.
I don't know why that moment stuck out to me. I'm like, oh, this is not. This is not good.
And it's very bizarre too. Like, there's a lot of weird randomness in it. Mm-hmm. For example, there's a scene where you're in a hospital. It's the worst part of the game. You're like escaping. It's so stupid. But anyway, you're in a hospital and you can find wheelchairs, and you can just get in the wheelchairs and like try and balance and like race each other.
Oh, that's fun.
But there's no point. It's not part of the story. In fact, you're there to do something else really urgent. And they like shit like that. I'm like, why did you put that in there instead of focusing more on like the script?
Yeah.
I to be fair, and I actually just looked this up, I don't think English is the director and writer's first language.
No.
Because you could tell, like, everything they'd say, it's a perfect example of where it makes sense, but just barely. Like, everything they'd say was a little off. So I think that's what it was, to be fair. Anyway, so we played through that. It's not very long, but that wasn't very good. I played another very bad game that I wanted to talk a little bit about. So you know me, I'm a big Resident Evil fan.
You are.
Love to. Watched a bunch of speed runs. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest, but I'm into it.
The big number one.
I watched a Great 4 run. I was like, fuck yeah, Resident Evil's so cool. It's just so fun. And so I was like, I never played Resident Evil 6. You know, the most recent before 7. The most recent one that really no one ever talks about, except that the logo looks like a giraffe. And I was like, why don't people ever talk about this? I didn't play it. I don't even remember why. Like, I'm sure it looks cool. So I booted it up and played it for a while.
Was it amazing?
It's the best game I've ever played.
Wow.
No, it's pretty amazing how just fucking far off the mark they were. Like, Resident Evil is about item management and tension and, like, not shooting and running and hiding and, like, using your wits. Resident Evil 6 will, like, it does a thing where it'll lock you in a room and you have to smoke, like, 100 zombies with a shotgun.
Yeah,
like,
I have no experience with 6.
That's not fun. That's not what it's about at all.
It seems like because people liked 4.
Yeah.
And it was more action-oriented.
Yeah, and 5, which I do. Actually, I really like 5. A lot of people don't. I think it's fun as hell. It's not a great Resident Evil game, but it's a fun, polished game.
Seems like they leaned more and more into...
Yeah. But there's like, it's all QTEs, and it's all combat, and there's no item management, and the story is even more bizarre, and the controls are awful. Like, so piss poor. Like, running is weird. You're constantly doing the wrong thing. The writing's bad, but I don't really care about the writing in Resident Evil. Like, the writing's always bad. That's kind of part of the fun of it, is the insane story. And I've been trying to get through, but it's remarkably awful. And it's co-op, I guess, which I didn't even realize. There's 3 different campaigns. It does look nice, but at this point, all games look pretty nice.
So big thumbs down on RE6.
Yeah, especially because it is just such a... It's exactly what RE is not supposed to be. Dial up to 11. And 4, you could argue, it is very action-oriented in that game everyone loves. So it's a little difficult to put my finger on exactly why RE4 works so brilliantly, and 6 is such a clusterfuck. But so did you play it at all, 6?
I never touched 6.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Maybe I just heard it. I think I just heard it was bad. Like,
yeah.
Resident Evil's not one of those games that I, like, jump on as soon as it comes out. Like, because I'm not into horror and...
Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
It was never, like... I enjoyed Resident Evil games. Was never, like, all in. So,
yeah.
It's kind of one of those, like, wait and see type of games that I would catch on to later because they... Like, Resident Evil 4, like, people really liked. So,
yeah, there's a lot of buzz.
After the fact, you kind of end up jumping in. But, yeah.
It got so bad that because I wanted to get through the story, so I started playing with cheats, and it still was unplayable. It just sucks. It's just a shitty game.
So you're a cheater. You're a game cheater.
That's sometimes, yeah. Like, if that's a perfect example of it's a game I don't want to spend a lot of time on, but I want to see the story, I will cheat.
So you're a hacker.
I mean, I'm not a hacker, but I'll use
you're
stuff.
You're a game hacker.
Not online. Never online.
We learned a lot about Leo today, you guys. A lot. Let's just.
We've had this conversation. Sometimes easy mode is the way to go. Sometimes. Anyway, and then I played a lot of Final Fantasy, which, we don't have to get into because we've talked about it a lot. If you want to get into it later, we can.
We've talked about 14 a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. I did play 6 a fair amount as well.
Really?
I played a lot of games
You started
this week.
6 to start 6? Or?
Remember how I talked a lot about 8, how I never beat it? Same with 6. I've never beat it.
Oh, you
so I'm
get
like,
through that bad boy.
I'm going to beat it. Actually, anyway, we'll talk about that later.
6 is great.
Yeah, no, it is great. I've loved it. I just always get to like 10, 15 hours in and get stuck or just stop playing. But this time I'm going to beat it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I do love it. It's beautiful. The music's so good.
The music's the feel of that game is so good. Like
and the story is cool.
Yeah, the story's really good. The ambiance, like the way the music comes in, the way that despite the graphical limitations, it just does these big pans with the music playing.
No, it's great.
It's majestic in a way that seems impossible for the level of technology they had.
I totally agree. I think it really pushed that presentation to its complete limit cinematically. And the fact that it is old is like, it makes it charming and fun.
It makes me miss kind of the things Square did with the restraints they had at the time.
Yeah, it forced them to be a little more creative.
Yeah, I feel like now they have so few restraints that they can't even find that limits. You know what I mean? Like, they can't even approach them. Where before they were just like the masters of like...
Yeah, because limitations can like focus you a little bit.
Yeah.
What would you say is the best looking Super Nintendo game? Because I think this one might be it for me.
I mean, my answer is not a good answer, but I think Super Mario World is like the best looking. It looks so nice.
Yeah,
like
it does.
There's a crispness about that game that seems impossible in the 16-bit era. I don't like.
Yeah.
It might not be the best looking, but there's just a feel of that game that is like fast and clean and like.
Do you remember playing when it came out?
Yeah, I remember playing. I remember like right when it came out.
Yeah, and I didn't play when it came out, so I wonder.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I would say the most impressed I was playing a game the day it came out was Super Mario 3.
Oh, okay.
Because on the NES hardware, that was just like...
Totally. That game, sometimes I forget that it's on the NES when I see it. I'm like, what? How? It's just like leagues ahead of anything else.
And to have Super Mario World come out and just be like a ahead of that. Was just like, what is going on?
Some fucking next gen shit.
Yeah, because I mean,
games will never look better than this.
Because that's like Street Fighter 2 so much at the time, right, in the arcade, and like that came when I got my SNES, I got Street Fighter at the same time. Nice. It was like my dad was trying to rescue me from being an arcade rat, and
that's funny.
Yeah, but really the game I think that took off when I got that was Super Mario World. I still wanted to play Street Fighter at the arcade, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, let's say it's Mario World now, you know. Like
I guess I can stay home for that.
Yeah.
I remember when Mario 64 came out. You know, it's a classic story of I'd go to like Sears or something and see it and be like, what the fuck? It's in 3D. It looks so cool. And see people play it and be like, someday I'll get to play that. Not knowing I'd play it for like 1,000 hours.
Oh, you did get to play it.
Well, anyway.
Story went a way I didn't expect, all right? Sometimes that happens.
So I played a lot. I played quite a few different games. It was fun. And do you ever do that once in a while? Just like hop into just kind of, you know what would be cool feature for Steam is like a lottery where you just press a button and it would just pick a game for you. I guess that wouldn't work because I'd have to install it.
But you could do it like by size, like you did like under gig games. Because I have so many games that are small.
Totally, yeah. You just go get a sandwich when you get back. That'd be kind of fun.
So many like Humble Bundle games I've bought and just like never touched.
And then you see them and you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, like what? Or how do I own this? You know what I mean?
That does happen to be a lot.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of horror games I own. I'm like, I will never play these.
Or I'll see an ad for a game and be like, that looks fun. And then I should buy it. And then I see I already have it.
I used to do, when I streamed more, I used to do streams where I would just like, I would tell people I'll buy any game that's less than $1 and
that's
play it.
That's a great idea.
Right? And so I would just like end up buying like 10 games that night and just like installing them. And they're all just trash games.
Yeah.
But there are some gems that I've found that were like 49 cents.
Yeah.
That amaze me that they're 49 cents. You know what I mean? Like, especially like if you were a kid.
Like,
like games that like a 10-year-old might want to play that were just like, yeah, this is like a cool platformer. You know what I mean? Like I'm into this. Like,
yeah, I can see myself playing this.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I do like doing those. I do have those, especially maybe not running down my whole Steam list, but there's definitely weekends where I just spend the whole weekend playing random games that I haven't touched.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was doing, and I had a good time with it. So let me ask you though. Mm-hmm. What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
So I would say the main thing I've been into this week, because I promised all the fans out there, all the little tech fans, you know, at home, wondering what's hot in the gaming world.
Someone's got to tell them.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends Season 2.
That's right. Yeah,
it's fine.
All right. What else?
I mean, you know, I fell off of Apex.
I think most people did, right?
In Season 1, pretty quickly. Like, I just didn't feel like it was very rewarding, and I still have a lot of really big issues. I mean, it's a good game. It's fun to play.
Yeah, it's a solid game for sure.
When I have a group of people that want to play it, it's fun to like, you know, like lose your shit and play the game. And I like that they added like daily and weekly challenges and battle pass challenges that kind of motivate you to play. I feel like the challenges are poorly set up for what you're trying to do. Like, the game isn't set up to take advantage of the challenges. Yeah. Like, you know, you'll have daily challenges. Like, I had daily challenges. Yesterday I logged in to do them, and one of them was get like 3 kills with a specific character, right? I wasn't going to play a lot of games, right? I was only going to play a few games, and I can usually get a kill or two a game, so it's not so bad. But every game I played, that character got picked before I could pick them.
Oh, yeah, that is.
You know what I mean? And it's like, so do I just need to keep queuing?
That's because everyone was trying to do the challenge, right?
Well, they're supposed to be random.
Okay.
So not everyone has that challenge with a popular character, right? So, like, I just got to keep queuing games until I can get them. And on those games I get them, I got to make sure I get like, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
You know, like, that kind of frustrates me and kind of pulls me kind of out of wanting to play the game in a lot of ways. So things like that I really don't like. I'm still really out on the loot box system in that game.
Yeah.
I'm level 100. A new character came out. I will never get drops for that character because I will get no more free loot packs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's so stupid.
It's so strange. Like, if a character came out I really liked, it seems like the smartest thing for me to do would be to make a new account, only unlock that character, and try and get loot for that character in the packs you get for free.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to build on the account I already own, because there's just no more. I mean, I'm not opposed to buying loot,
of
but
course.
it's just like,
It's odd that they would take that away.
Yeah, it's just so strange. You don't get very many with the battle pass. You get 10 or something.
I still don't understand why they did that. Like Overwatch doesn't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think Overwatch's system, as much as I have complaints about Overwatch's system, it feels much more fair and much more reasonable.
You just get a loot box all the time.
And there's so much loot in this game. Like, there's just so many icons and taunts and voice lines that you're unlocking that it's just like, this is crazy. Like, the odds of getting anything you want are so low that it's just so hard. It's so frustrating.
That's not fun.
It's not fun. It's bad. But the gameplay I like. I think the gameplay's fun. Like I said, with friends, it's a really good time. I like the shooting and the sliding, and
the sliding is really great. Now, anytime I play a first-person shooter, I'm like, why the hell can't I slide?
Yeah, it feels really good, and it's the same thing in season 1 to me is all the more disappointing. Yeah, that the systems outside of the game are
so poorly implemented.
Yeah, just so like. I don't know if it's poorly thought out. It seems very planned and very intentional, but like so, and if that's the case, so like maliciously, created. I don't like that at all. And also they added. Did you played it a bit, right?
I played a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So there's hop ups for guns, right? Like the shotgun, you can put a hop up in, and then you can charge it and shoot a slug, right? Like there's modifying attachments you can put on guns.
That's cool.
So they added a lot of them. But they added one to like these submachine guns that weren't getting used very much, and it does far too much damage, right? Like everyone wants a hopped up alternator, and alternator was not a gun that was popular before. It is leagues above any other gun in the game now in a way that is very unfun, which is fine. I mean, that stuff happens, but I'm hoping they tone that down as well, because it is very unfun to have like, didn't get that gun. There's no way I'm winning this fight. I guess the game's over. Yeah, there's no way I'm winning this fight.
Yeah, that sucks.
Or, that guy might 1v3 us. But if we get him and take his gun as 3, maybe we can, use it to win. That's not cool in my opinion. That's silly. Yeah.
Would you say Apex is the battle royale you've played the most?
That's a good question. No, I think probably PUBG's the battle royale I played the most, because I was really I was very early to PUBG. Yeah. And so there was nothing else to play then. And I played a lot of it then before before they made any of the improvements, really. Back then it was very
when it was a skeleton.
Play. Yeah, it was
when you needed like SLI just to get it at like 30 frames.
Yeah, I mean, I literally upgraded my processor because it was just my clock was too low to deal with that game.
If you so funny because the game looks so shitty.
Yeah, if you weren't running a high clock, single core clock speed, there was no way you were getting.
If you ain't overclocking, you ain't PUBG.
For sure. And even on an older processor, as long as you have a K series and you can overclock it to 4.5 gigahertz, it's fine. Because you don't need multi-core performance. Yeah. But if you don't have an unlocked processor and you're stuck at 4.0 or something, you're just not gonna run well. So I played a lot of PUBG, but I played a lot of Apex too.
Would you say what would you say if you had to choose now would be your favorite? Let me put it this way: if you could only play one BR going forward, what would it be?
God, that's a hard question.
It wouldn't be Lawbreakers.
I mean, the reality is I might play Fortnite.
Yeah, that's true. Just because it's so dynamic.
Yeah, I think that it. If I was this is the one you got to play, then I'd be well,
because it changes so much.
Yeah, this one would give me variety.
That's true. That's a good point, actually.
And it
has the biggest base,
a thriving ecosystem that's not going to die out anytime soon, and for that alone, I think that there's a lot to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If I had to choose between PUBG and Apex, I don't know. I think that's a tough question. I might go back to PUBG. I think there's a lot of things I like. Well, I don't know. I feel like PUBG has almost as much negativity in the space outside of playing as Apex does. I think their systems don't feel good or rewarding outside of spending money on loot. You know what I mean? So, but at least it's on Steam, right? So if you get a couple lucky drops, you can sell them and buy keys for the rest of your life. Most of the gear I got in PUBG, I got because I got one stupid jacket that sold for $40 on the marketplace.
Oh, wow.
I just bought keys with that $40.
Oh, interesting.
And bought a bunch, got a bunch of other stuff. So you can kind of because it's on the marketplace, you can kind of trade and like get value out of things for people that don't want to.
That's interesting. I never even heard about that. Yeah. I never played PUBG.
I mean, the Steam Marketplace is like that for a lot of games. Where you can just sell items. I remember. So I don't know if you played a lot of Dota, but
no.
For the international, you buy the battle pass, you get crates, chests you could open, and you don't have to buy anything to open them. But are
they cosmetic?
Yeah, they're cosmetic.
Okay.
So I didn't play the game for years, and when Auto Chess came out, I reinstalled it. And when I opened the game the first time, it's like, oh, you have all these crates you never opened, right? From battle passes I bought and didn't see them to the finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were 2013 crates and stuff, And so I looked on the store, and it's like, oh, you can sell these for $20, right? Because they have chances for drops you can't get anymore.
Oh,
and so I sold those and bought a bunch of Steam games, right? I was just like, oh, yeah, I got $100 in Steam credit. Let's go.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But, so Steam's got, especially with Valve games.
Dude, I had no idea. That's very interesting. I should do some digging. Who knows what I have locked away in my...
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I made Team Fortress 2.
But mostly that. I've actually been playing a lot of Mobile Legends. It's a mobile MOBA.
Okay.
It's a League clone on your phone.
Yeah.
But that's kind of random. I get in these things where I just play one of those games for 2 weeks.
Yeah, same here.
Spend $20 or something, or $10, and then stop playing and lose my account.
Yeah. And then forget to log in immediately. And
yeah, I actually was talking to a girl, and she said the key to her heart was to beat her at Mobile Legends, but she's very high ranked, and I don't think I will be able to beat her. So her heart is forever closed to me.
Oh, well.
Whatever, so you win some, you lose some. That's what I say.
You need to find someone whose the key to their heart is to lose at it.
Oh. That's something I could do.
Very specific.
That's something I could do, though. You got a point there.
It's a low barrier of entry, man.
And actually, I've been trying to play this Teppen game.
Tekken?
Teppen. I couldn't download it today. That's an AT&T problem, not a Capcom problem. But it's the Capcom card fighting game.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to play it yet, so I don't really want to make any big statements about it. But it looks cool. The art looks cool. It's got kind of this real time, it's like a fighting game, right? So you play a card, and then they can play a counter, or a block card, and real time cards you can play at the same time, and so it looks pretty neat. But I haven't got a chance to try it out yet.
In other mobile news, I did hear they're porting Tetris 99 finally.
Yeah, I guess that's good. Yeah. I've never found a Tetris I thought played it very well on the phone.
That's true.
So we'll see. I think Tetris is so fast.
Yeah, once you're in endgame Tetris.
Yeah.
Once you're min-maxing Tetris.
Yeah, I don't know how much Tetris 99 you've played, but you get in top 10,
very little.
And that shit is nuts.
No, I know what I mean? That's why I don't play it, man. It just stresses me out.
It is nuts. There's
Battle Royale, I can't deal with it.
You should play some Apex with me, buddy.
I can't deal with it.
It's a goofy good time. Don't worry, it's fun.
The problem is I always die, and then I get angry.
Why do you get angry?
And everyone yells at me.
I won't yell at you.
Everyone yells at me, Tony.
I won't yell at you. Don't worry.
The teens yell at me.
Yeah, they do like to yell. Teens do those fucking readers.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Yeah, nice.
Trying to think. Still playing a little bit of Elite Dangerous here and there. Still booting into Final Fantasy 14 here and there.
Are you just doing the daily whatever?
Yeah, trying to.
I just discovered that today.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really need it yet. It's not. I mean, the queues are. Well, I guess if you tank, it's not that bad. But
yeah, that's a whole world I haven't discovered yet. Just because I don't ever have to wait for anything.
Yeah, queue times are really fast for you. Queue times for me are so slow.
Because you're a DPS?
Yeah, because I'm a black mage. Living that black mage life.
I want to be a black mage.
I bet you do.
I'm really excited to try. But I've started as a conjurer.
Yeah, black mage is a dark path that is
full of trials and tribulations.
Full of trials and darkness.
I'm gonna get there. Yeah. I'm having a blast with this game. I'm gonna be in it for the long haul.
What I do love is the level 50 gear. They give you a set of gear for endgame, and it's legit black mage robe over your face,
big hat.
Yeah, I'm just cool. Oh, this is what I've been waiting my whole life for.
I finally made it. Yeah, I just had to get to level 50.
I finally did it. All right, so now it's time for the news. Woo! I feel like I should make
we're still working on that
clips or something. Yeah,
I don't know. I kind of like that if we just come up with a new one every time. Right, there's zero consistency.
I feel like I should produce the show more. I feel like I do so little production.
I think there's people who listen get it, and then eventually maybe we can work on production a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I'll hire somebody.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Pat, give us some money somehow. I've never even asked anybody for money, but
anyone, doesn't matter who.
write a check.
Yeah.
Just send it somewhere.
Listen, if you want the production values to go up a little bit, reach into them pockets.
If someone emails me a receipt of them donating $20 to an animal shelter, I will make a news intro.
Ooh, I'll help.
Yeah. That's enough. I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's solid. I like that.
If you do 10 and get a friend to do 10, whatever. If it comes 4 people get together and do
Doesn't matter how.
Doesn't matter how.
All we need is one receipt.
If $20 goes in and feeds a dog for a week, I'll make an intro. All right. So time for the news. First thing I want to talk about, and this is gamer adjacent and super creepy.
Oh, I think I know where we're going.
Do you know who Bella Delphine is?
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I just bought a bunch of bathwater from her.
Oh, did you?
No, I do know who she is. Partly because of this, but
Do you know from before the Pornhub thing?
Yeah, but I learned more about it, and the whole thing's hilarious. But
Anyway,
I'll let you talk about it first.
I think it's so hilarious. But so she's like an Instagram model, I guess you'd call her.
Yeah, I think did she start on Instagram?
Well,
I don't know.
It's all through Patreon, really.
Yeah,
but
she's a model. Yeah,
she's a model. She's from UK.
yeah.
She's 19
Across
years old.
the pond.
She's got a very young appearance. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to think how far back I should go. I found out about her because she did this Pornhub thing.
Yeah.
Where she posted a tweet and was like, if this gets a million likes or something, I'll finally make a Pornhub
Which
account.
it got like immediately.
Which it got like instantly, right? And so she made all these like troll Pornhub videos, which I think is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Like she's like, I take PewDiePie inside of me, and she ate a picture of him.
Yeah, and PewDiePie was like involved, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. He seemed. I mean, it's funny. Like she's got.
That's great.
Yeah, she memes hard. She's got a sense of humor about it. She plays into the whole like e-girl, gamer boy thing.
I really do think she's a troll.
I think so too, and I think it's funny, right? I think like Dr. Disrespect, like we talked about last week, like embracing these characters and
just kind of calling out the whole thing.
Yeah, is neat. I think it's very entertaining.
It is. No, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
And this is actually similar in terms of how people reacted, but I'll let you continue.
Yeah. And so just last week, I saw it on Instagram, but she started selling her bathwater. Gamer Girl, E-Girl, Gamer Girl?
Yeah, something like that.
Gamer Girl bathwater.
Whatever SEO was the highest.
Yeah,
probably.
whatever SEO is the highest. She probably went to Google Trends.
Yeah.
Saw which one was popping.
She probably hired an SEO manager.
She probably has, I would not. She probably has a firm that does her social media.
Just hers.
Just hers. So she sold it for $30 a pop. You could buy a little jar of Bella Delphine Gamer Girl bathwater.
Yeah.
And she sold out in like a day.
Yeah.
She's making more, actually. I just saw an Instagram post.
I'm sure. Why wouldn't you? It's very easy. There's very little overhead for that.
But what I thought was so funny was like all these immediate responses, like this like second tier memeing, right? Like there was a fake news article I posted that like 50 people got herpes from drinking the bathwater. Yeah. Which was just a fake news story. I don't think that was meant with malicious intentions.
No, it was just stupid.
Yeah, it was just stupid. And then on Reddit, someone posted that they were a microbiologist.
Yeah.
And they tested the water and it was clean and did not have.
There was no human DNA in it.
Human skin or feces in it, which should be present,
I
guess, in bathwater. And it's just. I love all this.
And then she responded by saying, just so everyone knows, I have not shipped it out yet.
Yeah,
so all of anything anyone is saying right now is absolutely lying.
Yeah.
And she, threw in some faces. Like, again, she seems like she loves it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's funny, like, she seems like a good person.
Yeah.
Which
I don't know anything
I don't know
about
anything
her,
either, but like there was this post she made. I've been like following her now, so I see all her posts. Like, I don't know, I'm like in on her character now.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you post a comment, I will comment back whether I would like fuck, marry, or kill you, right? It was just ridiculous. 100,000 comments.
Yeah.
And literally, she must have had 500 replies. Like, she replied like 500 times to people. But they were all very personal and very nice. You know what I mean? Huh. It was like dorky guys. And she's like, I like your glasses. You'd be fun to play games with. I think I would date you. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like
one guy, actually personalized.
and one guy was like, she's like, well, you're smoking in your pictures. I'm not really too into cigarette smokes. I think I'd have to kill you. And it's like, like it wasn't mean-spirited. Yeah. It wasn't like I don't reply now that I got all this attention. It was very like, hey, like I'm gonna seriously go through and work on these. And
it's her job.
It's her job, and like I could appreciate that. She's working hard.
Yeah.
She's having genuine good like engagement with these people. Like can't hate on it, you know.
No, I think initially it is easy, and she plays into this whole thing of like, she is kind of, and again, I don't know that much about her, only sort of what I've picked up from what I've read about her, but it seems like she's playing the game like Dr. Disrespect, and that she's sort of found she's kind of like found an interesting character play that's kind of taking advantage of all the stupidity of like kind of the worst parts of this culture. And I think initially it's very easy for people to attack her and be like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's a little more complicated than that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think she really is like, she's playing a character and she's fucking with people. And like you said, she's not mean-spirited.
No, and I think, it's funny because it's like, when you say the worst parts of this culture, like your initial response is like, yeah, like shitty game dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But really it's like...
I mean more internet culture, but yeah. I mean, the fact that she does lean into the gaming thing very intentionally.
But, but then, when you see it all play out, it's like, oh, like you get all the shitty, like, shitty game dudes and then shitty people that respond like, I can't believe you, you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe you game dudes. And it's like, oh, like you're all getting trolled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, what if it's just pervy game dudes? Like, then it's kind of like, oh, this is kind of gross. But when everyone's coming out like full circle, it's like, oh, this might be genius. You know?
Exactly. And the Pornhub thing is fucking hilarious.
That is really good. It was a really good gag. But so if you want to check her out, Bella Delphine, you can find her on everything.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be very hard to not find her.
Go on Kotaku. You'll see 4 articles about her. Like, she's everywhere. Cute girl. So, if you like cute girls
all the power to her.
Yeah, all power to her. I, for one, am a supporter of Bella Delphine. I hope she has all the success in the world.
I think she already does.
I think she does too. Good for her.
But it'll be interesting to see what she does next.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, she does lean into like the porn thing. She does like naked pictures on Snapchat and all that, which is totally fine. But it'll be interesting to see if she leverages this into something even bigger.
I mean, merch. She's
she
got to
totally
go into
could.
merch.
Yeah, I mean, or I'm sure she streams already, but like I feel like she could be one of the biggest streamers on the earth if she isn't already. I actually have no idea. But like,
I mean, I don't think she's. Yeah, I don't think she's blowing up like that as far as streaming, but she could.
Absolutely could. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Keep tabs on her. I have a feeling we'll be hearing more from her and more in different areas than we're used to.
I'm excited to see what she does next. She seems like a intelligent marketer, to say the least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, next story. This is a quick one I wanted to talk about. I don't think it's much of a story, but I'm sure we got some old school gamers in the house.
Yeah, maybe we have 2.
Yeah.
Literally in my house.
Maybe they liked a certain game called ActRaiser.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a game out that just came out. I will say the reviews, very middling. All right. Yeah. I don't think that it's getting high praise.
Yeah.
I think a lot of its problem is that it's trying to be so true to the original that people kind of expect more these days. But it's called Soul Seraph. It's PS4, Xbox, PC, and it is an ActRaiser spiritual successor. It's $15.
That's cheap.
Not too much money. So if you're an ActRaiser lover, I would check it out. Do you have any interest in this one?
No. I've never played ActRaiser.
Okay.
I know about it, but it's not a part of my... But it's interesting that I got sort of... Because I saw that too. I didn't read any of the reviews, but I got sort of piddling reviews, especially since Bloodstained. Yeah. Which I beat, by the way. I should have mentioned that. Got such good reviews for the same thing.
Yeah. But I mean, Bloodstained isn't exactly, you know what I mean? Like, Bloodstained's, I think I wouldn't call it genius, but I think the thing they did well was having it still be very, like, feel pretty good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it still feels rather modern, but I think, honestly, that's because Castle Symphony of the Night
was so ahead of its time.
Very modern. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, the control scheme and the platforming in that game were so ahead of its time and so, like, on par with kind of current games, right?
It was very forward thinking.
Yeah, like you really have to transcend those games to see games that play better, and those are like crazy games. Like when you get into like the Dead Cells type games, where it's like, oh, like this is a whole different realm of like control. You know? So anyway, I just wanted to mention it.
No, for sure, I love that. And if any of you out there have opinions on ActRaiser or played this game, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I just want to mention cheap game.
Also, should I play ActRaiser? I don't even know.
No.
Was it like Genesis? What was it? I don't even know.
I think it was Super Nintendo.
Okay,
Genesis?
so it's 16-bit though.
Maybe 16-bit era. And you know what it is, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. I never really got into it either. I think I played it in emulation because I missed it originally. I had the original cart. I ripped my own cart.
Thank God. I almost had to call the police on you.
Because that's every ROM I have.
That's what I do.
Is from an original cart. But
otherwise, you don't know it's authentic.
Yeah.
Like,
otherwise,
what's the point?
It could be some hacked, shitty Chinese.
Not that there's anything wrong with Chinese products.
I don't know, man. We're in a trade war. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we didn't mention it, but I don't have it in my notes.
Oh boy, here we go.
But I saw a thing. Nintendo's going to switch some of its manufacturing to Vietnam now.
Yeah, I did actually see that.
And that's actually like, everyone's going to get upset for saying it, but that really is the goal of these like proposed sanctions, right? Is to drive business out of China, And I think that I think it's good. I think China needs to have a little bit of fear that they need to be a little more respectful to IP law. And treat people better, I think that's the.
If only they could treat them as well as American firms treat people in China, then they'd really be.
Well, but that's the whole thing, right? Like that. People are like, well, the job's supposed to come back to the United States. That's never gonna. We're never gonna manufacture electronics here, right?
Yeah, or and maybe, but certainly not anytime soon. And if we do, it won't be because of a trade war with China.
No, the goal is to stoke fears that like maybe you need to shift your manufacturing to a more. Multinational,
like Vietnam, which is so funny.
Yeah, but I mean anywhere in Asia, I think you can. That is outside of China, and I think having that happen is interesting to see kind of where this leads.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel really qualified to comment much on it, but it is interesting, and that does kind of lead us into another bit of news from Nintendo.
Oh yeah, we can go into that one next. Oh, it was next on my list.
Oh, see, there you go. My segue is.
I'm actually all Nintendo left on the list, so we're going deep in Nintendo right now. If you don't like Nintendo,
then fuck you. First of all,
yeah, but listen up because you're gonna learn about Nintendo. You're gonna like.
Yeah, you're gonna like it after this. That's for sure.
So I'm sure if you listen to this podcast, you have heard
of Nintendo. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sure if you listen to this podcast, you have heard that the Switch Lite was announced.
Whew.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So. What do you think? I'm excited about it. I'm not going to buy one because I already have a Switch. And,
I'm not going to buy one either.
But it's interesting to see. It's like the 2DS, right? Same deal. And I think it's cool. It's like it's cheaper. More people will buy it.
Yeah, $200, smaller screen, no HD rumble, no IR. It does have NFC.
Yeah. It has Bluetooth. Is that correct? I think it does. So you can use Bluetooth controllers.
I think it does in the same way. Like, Nintendo's weird with its Bluetooth, but it is Bluetooth. Yeah.
I think it's definitely not for me.
Yeah.
The reason I like the Switch is I actually use it in docked mode, which, judging by the reactions, is quite uncommon. I know a lot of people do, but I guess not as many people do as I do, or as I thought, rather.
I only dock if I'm going to stream it or something.
Yeah, but I guess that's fairly common. I actually like playing on the TV. Like Breath of the Wild on TV is great. I do love the removable controllers. I think that's one of the coolest things about the Switch. And actually, just the other day, I was at a barbecue. And we had a bonfire. It was actually funny. It reminded me of those Switch commercials where you'd see like 30-somethings playing at like the beach. And your first thought is, no one fucking plays their Switch at the beach. The second thought was like, you should be enjoying this. Like, why are you not enjoying the party? So I was guilty of that, but it was funny. But anyway, we had the tablet and the two little controllers, and we were actually playing Mario Kart like as it was intended. And that doesn't happen that often for me because I'm not a kid and like our social interactions usually we're doing other stuff. But it was really cool looking around. I was like, this is so cool. This could not have been done even 5 years ago.
Those moments are great.
Yeah, they're rare, but they're cool.
But they are great.
But and that functionality, I think, is really cool.
Yeah, but I hate the controllers.
Yeah, and they're fine.
I hate them. I hate them on the Switch. I hate them off the Switch. I hate them. I hate every Nintendo controller that's out right now.
Even the Pro?
Even the Pro controller.
Just because that busted D-pad?
Yeah, because the D-pad's so bad.
What about the... Yeah, they're all bad. Yeah. Super Nintendo controller is all right.
Super Nintendo controller is good.
N64 controller is one of the worst things ever created by man.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite consoles, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
GameCube controller is just utterly insane. It's like designed by an insane person.
Yeah, it's good for Smash, but that's pretty much it.
That is it.
Right? Because Smash has such a simple control scheme.
What's the worst controller? Because I know the answer.
What's your answer?
Actually, there's two, which is cheating. The worst controller is the Dreamcast, except for the VMU integration, which is awesome. But the actual controller itself is the worst.
I mean, I think if you go farther back, there's way worse controllers.
Sure.
Like ColecoVision controllers.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess all the like the single stick stuff.
Or the square with
that's
the
true.
touch.
Or like the Jaguar controller.
Yeah, Jaguar's really bad.
But I guess I meant of like Sega, Sony, Nintendo. I would actually say the worst controller I've ever used for any of those systems was the Saturn hamburger controller. The first Saturn stick controller is awful.
Sega never had good controllers. I don't think the Genesis controllers are good. I don't think Master System controllers are good.
You're right.
You know, I thought they were all really bad, especially compared to. I mean, the NES controller kind of sucked, but it was like very
sharp.
It was so early.
Yeah.
The Super Nintendo controller was amazing.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Like I was shocked at how good that controller was for kind of what we had then.
I agree. And 4 face buttons?
Yeah.
What?
The 6-axis was really bad too. PS3 controller.
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
It was like a toy controller.
Yeah, they were all pretty awful, except PS4 controller is good.
Yeah, Xbox was strong.
The Duke.
Xbox has been so the same though for.
Well, so Sony.
Yeah,
Sony's been the same since day one, except for the 2
sort
sticks.
of. I mean, the same, but
it's the same layout.
Different. I mean, the DS4 is. I just said the 6-axis is one of the worst controllers. I think the DS4 is one of the best controllers.
I agree.
Right, so there's definitely like strong differences in that controller and its build and quality, right?
Yeah.
But the layout has been the same. I don't think their layout has ever been their issue. It's just the quality of the controller itself.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think the Dreamcast controller is awful, except again, the VMU thing is so cool and interesting, and I miss stuff like that. Although the Switch is kind of like, sort of carrying on that legacy in some ways.
Yeah, it is. I wish the Switch had better controllers. I'm interested to see if this D-pad is any good. That's kind of my biggest question, right?
Yeah. The smaller screen bums me out too. Though the colors are sick.
Yeah,
I think the new design looks awesome.
The new design
is
awesome.
I really like it.
I kind of want one for the color, but
I wonder if they'll I wonder how they'll do that going forward.
I know. And you see the Pokemon Special Edition?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It looks really nice.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the controllers are. I don't know what Nintendo is doing as far as these controllers. Like, I feel like, I guess it's good. I feel like they're getting back to consoles as a toy in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess they've kind of never abandoned that, but I feel like they're kind of fully embracing that with the Switch, which is good, but also you can feel it in the lack of premiumness in their hardware, right?
Yeah, it's just never been their focus.
It's never been their focus, right? Like an Xbox controller and a PlayStation controller, like you feel that they're like, oh, these are trying to be like premium consoles.
Yeah.
And the Nintendo definitely is not.
Now, to be fair, Nintendo's almost always cheaper.
Like, for sure.
It literally is cheaper.
Yeah, but now you're playing with power was Nintendo's. Like,
Yeah, back then I think they were a little more on the fence about it.
When they were in the console war with Sega, like
and
they
Sony,
were blowing them away power wise and trying to build super high quality machines.
Yeah.
They've definitely leaned completely to toys now.
Yeah, totally. I think you're right that's it's worked for them financially, and also it works for me personally. Like they've really done a great job of being like, you get an Xbox and a Switch.
Yeah.
You don't just get a Switch, but you don't just get an Xbox either.
Yeah.
Well, no one gets an Xbox, but you know what I mean.
And I think Nintendo's kind of in some ways guided the way, but Sony's definitely embraced it. I think Microsoft's it's what they're really struggling with right now.
Yeah.
Is it doesn't really matter if your first party is really good, right? Like, you can have an inferior console with controllers that are generally broken, but if you have Breath of the Wild, people will still buy it.
Yeah, that is true.
You could have a weird-looking console that is less. I mean, this is in Sony's case, that is less powered than the competitor, but if you have, the premium Destiny content and Horizon Zero Dawn, people will buy it. And God of War, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you have the fastest console.
No, of course not.
It just matters if you have the best games.
And it's that same thing of like anyone who cares deeply about power in a console, other than the very silly, childhood arguments of, well, mine's 64 bits, mine's 32. They're going to have a PC.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's like it's a totally moot point.
Yeah. And the Nintendo's really done they've really leaned into that. And that kind of leads into our next story. I'm burning through these.
That's okay. We've never had a shortage of things to talk about.
We've never had a shortage of things to talk about. But that kind of leads into our next story because it's more about Nintendo and their short-sightedness. But before we talk about that, I want to kind of tease into it with what do you think about Mario Maker 2?
Yeah.
I mean, the game looks great. The reviews are super high.
Yeah.
I want the game so bad, but I won't buy it because I know I will make one level.
Yep.
No one will play it, and I will be sad.
Yeah, it's the same thing that I've been running into. Same thing. I bought Smash for the Switch, even though I don't even like Smash. I don't know why I bought it for Joker, honestly, because I was like, I got to support it. Oh, that's another thing we should talk about. It's the Persona thing. But yeah, I know I have the same thing. I'm like, I want to buy it. I love the idea of having it, but I know I would play it. I'd play a couple levels. I'd go online, maybe try and make one, spend 20 minutes, get frustrated, and never play it again. And what's frustrating is normally for a game like this, I'd be like, oh, wait till it's on sale. But Nintendo don't play that shit ever. Yeah. Like maybe you'll get $10, $15 off if you're super lucky. So yeah, I'm excited for people. I could see for a certain type of person, this is an awesome, really cool thing. I have no doubt that the creativity that will be on display is pretty extraordinary. It is funny how Nintendo has gone down this road along with other people of like, let's just outsource it. Like we'll just make some random levels and then sell the game for $60 and everyone will just make content for free. It's not to say it's a bad thing. It's not, but it's pretty interesting when you really think about it.
Yeah, I'm amazed how good, like, have you watched any of the gameplay?
Yeah, of course.
I'm amazed how good some of these levels are.
Yeah, no, of course. It's always mind-boggling.
Yeah,
when
like the way they've made, like, puzzle levels or, like...
Totally, it's crazy. And it's cool to see how you can do, like, old school Mario, new school, like, anything between. I really wish you could do 3D levels. I could get into that. I've always wanted a super intuitive 3D designer. I think that would be really fun, but... It's probably still a few years away.
Yeah, and I think the shortcoming with Mario Maker 2 and what leads into my next story is if the online was better, then I would have a way to surface these levels to people in my community.
Yeah.
And get them played. But right now, like the whole idea of like your friends list is useless.
Yeah.
No one on my friends list can just join my levels, right? Because friends list doesn't connect. Online is useless. So somehow people, like I'd have to find Twitter followers that own the $60 game that were interested in playing my levels. And that is a very small demographic. You know what I mean? Like, or people I personally know that want to spend $60 on Mario Maker 2 that also want to play my levels. Also, very small demographic.
Yeah, there's like me, and I don't even have it.
Yeah, you're not going to buy the game, right? Like,
maybe eventually.
My other Nintendo friend. And you're not going to buy the game.
Yeah, I remember seeing. Who was it? Oh, I was on Instagram and Griffin McElroy actually. He did a post where he just had his code, and it just was a picture of a Switch with the code, and he said, "Good luck." And I was like, "Fuck, I want to play that so bad. That's so cool." I don't have it, but then I was like, yeah, I had the same thought, which was, yeah, he can do it.
Yeah,
because he's famous on the internet. But like the vast majority of us, it's a weird barrier that seems unnecessary. Like just put an infrastructure in a place where it's a little easier to send messages. Honestly, that's it.
We have an amazing gaming podcast and we don't have people that would play it.
Yeah.
Think if you're like a kid at home. I mean, maybe you have a friend at school that'll play it. Like, I guess that's cool. Like,
I wonder if you can do like local sharing or anything. I have no idea. I don't use the Switch.
It's all code.
I never do multiplayer ever.
And if you don't have online, you can't download levels.
Oh, is that true?
Or upload levels.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I always
forget that they're charging for it now. You can only play
the story levels. And that leads into our next story.
We're dragging Nintendo.
Yeah, we're dragging Nintendo right now.
Which is good because we talk so much positivity about Nintendo. Maybe it's time we turn around a little bit and start talking shit. So
I titled this part of the Google Doc, Nintendo Online Service Sucks.
So what's the thesis here?
Yeah. This is from IGN's Matt Purcell. I'm just going to read his story because it's basically all quotes.
Okay?
Mario creator and Nintendo veteran Shigeru Miyamoto has contested the idea that Nintendo has fallen behind on technology such as online network services and virtual reality.
That's his job, is to protest it.
During a question and answer session as part of Nintendo's annual general meeting of shareholders, Nintendo was asked about the impression that it has been a little slow to join global trends such as cloud computing, mobile, and VR. We have not fallen behind with either VR or network services, Miyamoto responded. We worked on them from the beginning and have been experimenting with them in a variety of ways. In that time, we have objectively evaluated whether they actually allow our consumers to have an enjoyable play experience and whether we can operate them at an appropriate cost. He continued, because we don't publicize this until we release a product, it may look like we're falling behind. Regardless the issue of cloud gaming, Miyamoto said, I think that cloud gaming will become more and more widespread in the future, but I have no doubt that there will continue to be games that are fun because they are running locally and not on the cloud.
Oh, I sure hope so for your sake, Mr. Miyamoto.
I sure hope so for your sake too, Mr. Miyamoto.
That's a bullshit answer.
Yeah, it's
He's basically saying like, we do shit all the time. You just haven't seen it yet.
It's secret stuff.
No, you have. No, you do not.
No,
they should just be like, yeah, we don't. That's not our department. We don't give a shit
it's
about
in our
that.
secret base.
Yeah,
You can't
it's
see
in Canada.
Yeah, we're totally doing it though.
They should just be like, yeah, we don't care about that.
Yeah, to me, Miyamoto sounds like a kid talking about sex that's never had sex before. You know?
Yeah,
He's like, no,
it feels great to have the penis on the vagina.
I sex so much. Okay,
Yeah.
like if you knew what was going on,
But it's
when
all-
you're not around,
I just haven't publicized it.
But like, I can't just tell everybody I'm having all this sex.
All the time.
Like, dude, there's just like pussies and like titties.
Yeah, it's crazy the way I do
It's
it.
crazy.
But I just don't want to publicize
Yeah.
it. But trust me, I'm not behind on it.
But you're a virgin, all right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
exactly.
a virgin, right? It's just
You don't even know, bro.
Yeah,
you don't even know. Is basically what he's
You know
saying.
what it's like. It's so silly.
Yeah,
it's so.
I mean, in his defense, like, I don't know why he's even at that fucking meeting. He shouldn't have to be there.
No, he shouldn't have to be
He's
there.
like, he should be beyond that.
Yeah,
But I really think, I mean, first of all, a couple of things. I think it is really laughable how shitty their online is. And there's no reason for it to be this shitty.
There's no reason for it to be so
They
shitty.
have all the money, and I get it. It's not a priority, which is fair. Like, they should just say that. Like, it's not a priority because it's clearly not. But I don't know why it doesn't seem like it'd be that huge of an investment. And again, I don't know that much about it, but like, let me put it this way. I've played mobile MMOs that have better connectivity than the Switch.
Oh, yeah. Mario Maker 2 has a co-op mode for online. Doesn't work.
Yeah, I've played MMOs on my phone that are cool and they're great. I can like send things to people and communicate. If they can do it, surely Nintendo can at least make it so I can drop in to a friend's game. It's
Leo,
just bizarre.
I have a question for you. Are we friends?
Yeah, of course.
Do we text each other funny things sometimes?
Yeah.
Are we online friends on Switch?
No, I literally don't have a single online friend on Switch.
Yeah, because why the fuck would anyone have a
I
friend
don't
on
know if
Switch?
I've even played a multiplayer game online.
It
on the
doesn't
Switch.
mean anything. A Switch friends list means nothing.
It's almost like you put someone on a Switch friends list that you don't like
It seems
because you
that
want
way.
them to have a bad time and drop from a game.
Yeah, it seems that way.
You want to get their hopes up and then watch it, then be dashed away as the Wi-Fi signal disappears.
It's not even that. There's no way to use the friends list.
So you can even if you
can't
wanted
send
to.
them messages. You can't invite them to games. You can't
send them funny memes.
You can't send them sweet memes. Nothing. You can't do anything with your friends list. It makes no sense. There's no reason to have friends on Switch.
Yeah.
It's like.
And the fact that they charge is really inexcusable.
So
the more I think about it.
So you can play the worst NES games.
Yeah.
I mean.
And for like 8, yeah.
I played a lot of Mighty Bomb Jack as a kid. It's not good.
Because you didn't have good taste.
You take that back. Okay?
No, I will not
Mighty
take
Bomb
it back.
Jack was a stylish character.
It's
ahead of his time.
No,
ahead of his time.
No.
Ahead of his time.
Bad.
Ahead of his time. Okay? But it's not worth $20 a year or whatever it costs. Like, those NES games aren't even good. Like,
Yeah. Even, honestly, it's pretty unforgivable. Even without emulation,
Yeah.
which we don't do, we always just rip our
Yeah,
actual
my
cartridges we
carts,
have.
yeah.
And I'm sure everyone else does too. Even with that factor, not a factor, like not even considering that, charging $10 for an NES game, fuck off.
even my RetroPie, where all my carts are ripped to, that
Yeah.
has every game ever made.
Yeah. Wow, you have a lot of cartridges.
Yeah, I have all the cartridges.
Jesus.
Imports.
Wow.
One of a kind, like all of them. I never play that thing.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? Like, never.
And maybe there's something to that. Like, if you paid for a copy of the original Zelda, maybe you'd be more likely to play it. But the truth is, same thing, man. Like,
I don't know. I pay $20 a year for Switch Online, and I don't play those carts either.
you play Tetris, right?
I play Tetris 99. That's the only game I play.
It's pretty. I think it's actually really weak that they charge. Like, fuck off.
It's super weak. And,
That sucks.
I'll be honest.
At least
if
the 3DS they didn't charge.
If it wasn't for Tetris 99, I would be more frustrated with it.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I made a family plan with a bunch of coworkers. So I pay $5 for the year, right? Like, because it's for, like, if you have a family. But
Because your work people are your family.
even that's too much money.
Yeah.
Like, even that, I'm just like, why do I pay anything for this? It's so useless.
Yeah, that's
It's
unfortunate.
so I mean, I played Smash with friends sometimes, but even that system is so bad.
And like I'm sure the netcode's not up to par. And
It's okay, but like a Smash Online. Okay, like you can have an online lobby. You can invite people into that online lobby. But you cannot play co-op while you're playing online, right? So if me and you were sitting here and we want to invite some friends to play with us.
Yeah, and then also play with other friends across the country.
No, like me and you and I don't know, our friend Mike, okay?
Yeah.
And we wanted to invite Mike online to play with us. 3 of us, free for all, right?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
That sucks.
Because we can't play co-op and online at the same time.
Ugh.
Right? Why? That makes no sense. It's so dumb. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, it just makes like the online.
I've been doing that since like the PS2.
Yeah, the online is so bad. It's just so terribly bad.
And again, it's that thing of like if they just said, "Yeah, fuck off, we don't care."
Yeah.
But to pretend like they do care and then have the audacity to charge is really not okay.
Yeah, to charge like it's a premium service, like you're getting something for paying for it, you know.
And it is cheap, but still, it's
too expensive.
Yeah, anything is too expensive.
Anything is too expensive.
I wonder if they'll ever fix it. They're clearly not going to fix it on the Switch.
No, I don't think they're ever going to fix it. I think it'll ultimately be their downfall.
Maybe.
I mean, and not anytime soon, but we're going to get to a point very quickly where people aren't going to tolerate like what.
Yeah,
I don't think they know how to do it. I'll be honest.
They have unlimited money. Just fucking hire some people from not Bethesda.
Yeah.
Hire some people from anywhere else.
I think the problem is like the people they would need to hire aren't the people. Like, if all it took was money, like if all I do is throw a chunk of money at it, everyone would be making good games.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like Anthem wouldn't be so bad if spending money.
Yeah,
meant
it wasn't
good,
a lack of money,
or meant that the internet worked on your game. You know, you need like young, in the know, energetic people to want.
Just get Doug Bowser's nephew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of super smart young Japanese people that would,
of course,
that would crush it. You know what I mean? But like, those aren't the people they want to give this money to.
Fucking get Final Fantasy people.
Yeah, get the Final Fantasy.
They're killing it on every level. But even from a purely like logistical netcode perspective, I'm sure they know what they're doing over there at Square.
They are killing it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful take, Final Fantasy 14.
It never kicks me.
No, never.
And like Nintendo can't even
their
get
maintenance
is together.
Their maintenance is a little longer than I would hope, but whatever. There's like a whole night where you can't play sometimes for maintenance, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be a lot. Like when you're trying to do dailies every day and you're like, oh, there's no Final Fantasy today. It's like, yeah, it's like
I don't like this.
Well, usually it's like a couple hours. Like in Warcraft, it was like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. or something. You know what I mean? Like
Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute here.
Oh, boy.
Well, with that, is there anything else you want to do before we sign off?
You know, real quick, I do want to mention Persona getting a stage play, Persona 5.
Persona 5 stage play.
What do you think about that?
I think I should play somebody.
Who should you play?
I want to play the dad, or the Uncle Coffee guy.
Oh, Sojiro?
I want to play Sojiro. Yeah, Sojiro, right?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
I want to play him.
I could see that.
Because he's an asshole. He's kind of a dick.
But he's got a heart of gold.
He's got a heart of gold. Because like, if I catch you fucking up, I'm going to murder you.
Because his daughter, man.
Yeah.
Or not his daughter, but you know.
Yeah.
He's such a good game.
He's a good dude. I like him.
But anyway, yeah.
Beard, you know, he's kind of.
Yeah, kind of the pointy, old guy beard.
Kind of like.
You could see you doing that.
Yeah.
Just got to stress out a little more, get a little more gray. You'll be there soon enough.
Thanks. And it's honestly kind of my dream to own a coffee shop.
I could see that. I could see you being good. And he makes curry all the time, so you got to figure out how to make curry.
I do like curry.
Yeah, who doesn't? It's fucking good.
Who would you be in the stage play? Don't say Joker. If you say Joker,
no, obviously not. I mean, sadly, I'd probably be the annoying ass blonde dude.
Ryuji.
He sucks.
Yeah, it would be you for sure.
Which sucks because I don't like him.
I don't like him either.
Okay, this is getting a little awkward.
Well, sometimes you could be one of the girls.
Yeah, that's true. Who would I be if I was one of the girls?
I mean, there's a blonde girl.
So is that all we're going off here?
I mean, there's a blonde girl.
Well, there's no blonde protagonist, so I guess I'm just always the secondary character.
You can be the cat.
Okay, Morrigan. Yeah, Morrigan. Stuff. Okay, that works for me.
Yeah, it can just be kind of like it's not gonna be a real cat, so someone's gonna have to be the cat.
Yeah,
You're not gonna look like a cat.
I'm totally down to be the cat. I like that cat.
I like our choices.
Yeah,
you as Morgan, me as Sojiro.
Yeah,
I like
how we're both real like sea-level characters. We're very realistic,
but great sea-level characters.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Right?
Well-rounded
sea-level characters.
I guess I could be the cool like punk doctor. She's cool.
Oh, she is cool.
I like her a lot.
I like her. She's a little too sexy though.
Yeah, they're all kind of like that.
Not in like a you're not sexy, but in like a she's too sexy to me for you to like personify that character.
That's totally fair. I appreciate that.
But whatever floats your boat, man. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking she's the coolest looking, so I aspire to be like her.
That's what I like about her. She's like super cool.
Yeah, almost a little bit like, what? Why do you put so much time into dressing like this? You're a doctor.
Yeah, but you know what? If that's what makes you happy, you live your best life. I support it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I think, Persona stage play, there's a lot to wrap up, but I think we really got to start talking about this Warcraft movie pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot to say.
I think we nailed it for this week's gaming news. And
Boom! Nailed it.
TechYapPodcast.com. I mean, everything's there. Just go to TechYapPodcast.com.
That's all you got to do. And I always say this, but we'd love to hear from you guys. So any questions, any comments, any mean things, any nice things, any thoughts on ActRaiser or Persona 5?
If you think we suck, just tell us we suck.
Yeah, man. We'd love to hear it.
I'm all in. I really
that would actually be great. I would love to hear that.
All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Go play some games.
Take care, guys.